Hello, fellow fantasy sports fans. Welcome to MFSN, the Hub's fantasy football strategy show every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm Dr. Dan Ratner, and I'm here today just with Ross the Boss.
Hey, everybody. Ross the Boss coming live from La, California, Lipstick City. And yes, one day before Halloween, I'm thinking about what costume I'm going to wear. I'm not quite sure. Thinking, but we're excited. It's 90 degrees here in Los Angeles today. And
Wow.
I'm going to jump in the pool as soon as I'm done here. So there you go.
Wow, you are really rubbing it in. It is raining and like 48 degrees here in Cleveland.
Well, that's why I said it, obviously.
Just of course.
Little dig.
Little dig.
Little dig.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about lots of things today, but let's first talk about some of the headlines as you see it from last week. What were the big takeaways? And every single week is different, as we know. But, last week was the week that Lamar Jackson returned. Let's start there.
Lamar Jackson in return. The whole thing with him was the coach says he's coming back. He said he practiced, which was a lie.
I was at a funeral, so I was.
I know. I'm just a mystery. So your information that you got that he was playing, he didn't play. The information was told that he was going to play. The NFL is going to punish the Baltimore Ravens for giving false information because there's so much money involved in this now.
Okay, so he's making his return tonight then.
He is playing tonight, and they're a different team with him, obviously. I mean, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. They're horrible when he's not playing. They're great when he's playing. So
let me ask this:
they're out tonight. Yep.
They're what, 2-6 right now? What do you expect them? What do you expect them to finish with Lamar Jackson?
I think they're going to win I think they'll win that division. How about that? I say the Ravens will win that division.
I mean, the only team potentially standing in their way is probably the Steelers. And
they have the worst defense. I mean, their quarterback is old and their defense is horrible. So
all right. So that is incredible that it really is that I was out of it in terms of this.
Okay. No. It's I mean, I make mistakes. I mean, the other big story, you wanted my opinion, the biggest story is my Arizona State alumni, Cam Scadaboo, looking down after a play and seeing his ankle turned a whole different way.
Yeah.
The great thing about him is he was operated on, and the next day he's back in the Giants camp, like trying to do whatever he can to get better. I mean, the guy's just like
he's a wild man.
He's just wired different than anybody else. He really is. I mean, he's the guy you want in your team. If you tell him to go through a wall, he'll do it. You know what I mean? If he doesn't do it the first time, he'll do it the second time. So Cam Scadaboo, for me, we lost a great player, great representative for the NFL for the year, and it was just so exciting to watch him play. Now the Giants season is over. Oh well.
Yeah, the season was quite a disaster. And speaking of the Giants and disasters, now I'm just looking over at Saquon Barkley. He suffered a little bit of an injury as well. How bad is it?
It's it's day to day. They're saying it's not that bad. He'll probably play this week, I assume. If he doesn't, they have pretty good backups with Shipley. I mean, they're not. I think they're off this week, right? They're not even playing this week, so
they're not even playing this week, right?
Yeah, I mean, he'll be fine.
He should be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I mean, I've heard reports that it's not that major.
All right, Albert Mariquin, good to see you here, my friend. He says, good afternoon. Please do ask us any questions. There are a couple of guys who are out, and including people on bye. So A.J. Brown, Bucky Irving, they're both getting bye weeks this week. Time to rest up. Do you think they're going to be coming back from the bye?
Yeah, I think Bucky's plan is to come back after the bye week. I think that was the plan all along.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other one? A.J. Brown, you said?
Yep.
Talking about a bust in fantasy football.
He's been terrible. Terrible.
He's one of the biggest busts. He was like a second round, late second round, early third round pick in both leagues. Very disappointing. I don't know what to think. His trade value is not that much. If you think he'll have a good second half, trade for him.
But I don't see it turning around. I don't really even know what the problem is. I mean, Devontae Smith's doing fine.
It's just he's throwing to different receivers. He's throwing to Goddard.
I guess they're just spreading it out more. But I mean, I don't know. Feels like there's something off in terms of the chemistry.
He's not getting open either. I don't know. I mean, again, that happens once in a while. Look at the receiver for Jacksonville, Thomas. I mean, it's the same thing.
Right. Yeah, and it's really weird how different players have different years. I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes for a second. The guy is totally back. I mean, and some of it may be that Rashee Rice is maybe as good as we had hoped he would be, but it seems to be really changing the offense to have a wide receiver of his caliber in that position. It's like having Tyreek Hill back on the field. Maybe not that strong yet, but it could get that strong. And he's becoming, I mean, he's a top 5 quarterback again. Do you agree?
Top 3. I mean, he's been playing at a great level the past few games. I think it's the Rice effect. I think they're opening the playbook more for him. And I think they're going to trade for a running back. It could be the guy the Jets have, who's actually a free agent at the end of the year, which makes sense for the Jets. They can trade for him, get a high draft pick, at least they get something.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that Kansas City gets an elite running back.
Oh boy.
I mean, you can just give him the division now. I mean, that's the one thing they're missing. Is Pacheco's good, but he's not. I'd rather have Hall. I mean, I
love the way Pacheco runs, though. I have to say,
he runs like a madman. He really does. His legs, he runs with his knees up. I love it, but he's just. There's some guys that I think that before the trade deadline, I think we'll see some trades going on, especially for Kansas City.
All right. As questions come in, we'll be answering questions, but I'm going to go through some of the positions just to get an assessment of it. Let's go with quarterback in terms of last week. Drake Maye and Bo Nix are on our cover because they really, I mean, they seem like the next big thing.
Yeah, Bo Nix, who did they play? I mean,
they played Dallas. Fair.
I mean, Dallas's defense.
Dallas is terrible this year.
Worst defense one of the worst defenses in the league. One of the worst.
Yeah.
But their offense is playing well too. So, and hear the Jerry Jones story? What happened this week?
I did not hear this.
So he invested $1 billion, okay, into a natural gas site where they're going to drill for natural gas. They hit the glory hole. Not the one we're talking. The real. They hit the glory hole in which now the estimated amount of money he's going to make, $10 billion.
Oh my God!
Hitting that. So Jerry Jones, even though Dallas isn't winning, he had a great week. He really did. I mean, it's like the old stories you hear about the Texas guys that drill for oil. It's like instead of like a few million, it's like it's like 10 billion.
He hit on the gold rush. All right,
but he did invest. He did take the chance. He put $1 billion into it, and it paid off. There you go.
Yep. If you have that kind of money, then you can make that kind of investment. So you're thinking Bo Nix though isn't like elevating to the next big thing. We shouldn't.
I mean, I love Bo Nix. I loved him in college
great this year, though.
I loved how he's was a rookie and he was like 26 years old. I loved everything. I love Bo Nix. There's nothing. I'm just saying he played a really bad defense. When he plays defenses that are a little better, he's not as good. But again, I mean Drake Maye, this guy has gone up from here all the way up to here this year. I mean, when he was drafted, I mean, I remember Casey Scheinfeld was talking smack about him. And I was like, listen, the guy went to North Carolina. He's a smart kid. Just give him a shot. And last year he learned a lot. This year he's playing at a really high level, this guy.
Very high level. And, both these guys run some. And
they're always good for 30, 40 yards a game. I mean, Maye doesn't mind running, and Nix is a runner. They both run. To me, though, this shows you why you need to take one of these kind of guys in the middle of the draft, because even if you took, let's say, Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen, even you get a guy like Drake Maye in there, then you can trade one of those guys, and we're just talking redraft leagues. In keeper and dynasty leagues, obviously we're all over these guys. They're fantastic. Their age and everything else. It's they're good for at least 6 more years.
All right, let's talk about Daniel Jones. What do you make of him in a redraft league?
Comeback player of the year.
That's incredible.
I mean, he was the Giants. It just shows you what coaching does. I mean, horrible coaching in New York. Goes to the Colts. Their owner dies. The daughter takes over, if that means anything. And she's. I love how she's on the field and like pretending she gets input. That's my favorite part. But he is having an incredible year. He's a guy that runs. He runs too.
Mm-hmm.
he's throwing. I mean, I think the Colts are going to win the AFC. How about that? I
mean, they're legit, very clearly.
I mean, I think Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the league, hands down, having the best year, obviously. Jones is unbelievable too, and the receivers, Pittman and Pierce and even Downs. I mean, and Will and Warren, their rookie tight end. I mean, these guys are all playing at a different level this year. I mean, they're a really good team, and it's somebody I wouldn't want to play in the playoffs, especially if they get home field advantage playing in that dome.
Definitely not. But let's switch to running back for a second. Jonathan Taylor. I mean, this guy has 14 touchdowns because he's got 2 receiving touchdowns. We're heading into week 9. I mean, this is like a LaDainian Tomlinson kind of season.
Remember 2 years ago, before he got 2 or 3 years ago, he led the league in rushing. Yeah. Got hurt again the following year after that. This year he's healthy, has a great offensive line. His offensive line is top tier, top 5 for sure. And, and with Jones back there, they got to worry about him running and him passing. I mean, it's a whole different thing. Do you think Richardson, the quarterback that they drafted, thinks that he might be back as a first-string quarterback? So, I mean, do you think he's like sitting on the sideline saying, maybe I'll be in. Maybe if he has a bad game, I'll be in there. I mean,
listen, if you're Anthony Richardson, you kind of have to be thinking that way. But I think we know that's pretty delusional at this point.
I mean, the easiest job in the NFL is the second-string quarterback. You're not getting hit, you're not getting hurt, and the worst thing that can happen to the kid is he'll become a free agent. He'll sign a big contract. I mean, that's the worst thing.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about who do you think is the second best running back in the league? Because Jonathan Taylor is running away with it this year. Now, there's a lot of great running backs. You got Saquon.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson.
I mean, I would say Bijan. I mean, Bijan, who's another guy that's Jekyll and Hyde. He'll have a great game. Then he had a horrible game last week. I mean, I like Kareem Williams of the Rams because I'm a homie here. Their practice facilities right near my house. I think Williams is exceptional. I also like I'm trying to think I even like Walker up in Seattle. I think he's good. But I mean, somebody that we always forget that always has a touchdown every week is McCaffrey. I mean, he's solid. I mean, he gets receiving yards and he also gets rushing.
Well, that's the thing. Like Bijan and Christian McCaffrey, they get the huge amount of receiving yards. But another guy that I really like, which shouldn't surprise anybody because he's the second-ranked running back in the league, is James Cook. I mean,
he's great. Yeah, I mean,
he's amazing.
But he's a touchdown a week, and he's also, 100 yards a lot of the times.
But I'm going to highlight somebody else.
Yeah,
Javonte Williams. We had talked about this. I felt he was going to be big. As you know, I get a lot of things wrong. This was one I got right.
Yes.
It just felt to me like he's in a Dallas offense. They know how to run the ball. Dak's back, and he's the best back in that backfield, and he's showing it. I mean, is this somebody you would be trading for right now? I mean, he's had some really good numbers.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get him at a good price, I mean, I would definitely trade for him. I think,
depends what you have to pay.
Yeah, I mean, he had a touchdown last week too because I had him in a couple. I have him in a couple leagues. Dallas always have the running game. They always use their running back. They're never not going to use a running back, and he's the main guy. So having the Dallas Cowboy running back who gets 80% of the snaps, I think it's a good deal. Another guy that I think is going to have to be the key guy in Carolina is Rico. I mean,
yeah,
this guy is just running at an elite level, and I don't know what they're thinking with Chuba Hubbard, but I would have Rico Double starting and playing 90% of the snaps. And Chuba Hubbard, I would trade him. I would seriously. It's a good time. He had a great year last year. Teams need running backs. I would trade him for a first-round draft pick. I think you can get it. Really do.
That would be outstanding, especially when you got Rico. But how did Chuba Hubbard do last week? He didn't. His yards per carry was not nearly as good as Rico's.
No, I mean, again, Chuba Hubbard's good. I'm not putting the guy down. Rico's in a different level than him right now.
Now, of course, I'm looking at the running backs. I'm like, wow, running backs is much deeper this year than I've seen in a long time. We didn't even mention Jahmyr Gibbs. We didn't mention Achane. We didn't mention Josh Jacobs. We didn't mention Derrick Henry. I mean, there's a lot. It's amazing how many good running backs there are this year. And Chris Atwater has one for us. Dobbins is having a great year also.
JK,
yeah. I mean, it's really great to see him finally staying healthy. This is the second straight season that he's been able to stay on the field, which is exciting to see. Another guy, Travis Etienne, having a great comeback year.
Yep,
He's not scoring a ton, but he's looking quite good. I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think Ashton Janty has been a disappointment, but in some ways, not that surprising. I mean, the Raiders just suck.
Well, the problem is the Raiders' line is horrible. That's why so many interceptions, because he's rushing the ball. He has no time to pass.
Right.
And it's just the offensive line is just the worst. I mean, worst in the league. The worst. The Bengals, they said they're not the worst in the league. It's definitely the Raiders.
Now, meanwhile, if we go over to wide receiver,
yeah,
there's not nearly as much depth there in terms of big performers. The running backs are having a much better season. Do you know why that is?
It goes in like cycles, right? It's like the TV business. We'll do sitcoms for 20 years or 15 years, and then we get into dramas like we are right now with TV. No one watches sitcoms anymore. Like when you and I were growing up, we all watched sitcoms. You know, you were watching Cheers and Taxi and, you know, all those Seinfeld, all those shows you were watching because I was right next to you watching it with you.
That's right. We were on the couch the entire time.
With Lad to the Bone. And it's like, you know, it just goes in cycles. You know, this year it's more running back. You're 100% right. But, you know, the elite receivers, if Flacco stays as their starter, hopefully he's playing this week. His shoulder's all messed up. I'm hoping he plays. Chase is a whole different receiver. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but he's getting like 20 targets a game. I mean, it's like crazy talk. How much ball he gets with Flacco loves the guy. Even Flacco throws to the Higgins too. I mean,
well, this is one good thing Flacco's good for. He's going to throw some picks, but he's going to put the ball up where receivers can get
it. No memory of the last interception. Doesn't care. He'll just go back there and wing it. And he has such accuracy. He's so good with the long ball. He's so good.
Yeah, this is another thing that makes me think like what is happening with the Browns because they couldn't make it work with him. And I know that he's an older quarterback and he's immobile, but like clearly,
well,
he's done this.
I'll defend the Browns because I know you're
okay. Let's hear it.
I'll defend. I think they realize they don't have a chance this year. Okay, they wanted to give the young kid Gabriel a shot. I think.
No, I get it. What I don't understand.
And then I think Sanders is going to get his shot. I think Sanders will be next in line. He'll get a shot too.
Listen, I don't disagree with that move at all. My question is, why was he performing so badly? That's what I don't understand. Because it would have been better for the Browns if he was performing well and then they trade him. You know, right?
I said this on air when you're not here. I always say Dr. Dan Ratner can play quarterback for the Bengals and throw for 300 yards. And
I appreciate your
I think there's some truth in that. I mean, if you have Higgins and Chase as your two wideouts, you're going to have some yards. Those guys are elite receivers. The receivers for Cleveland is what, Judy and what's the other guy's name that's mediocre? I mean, they're all mediocre guys. They're not bad receivers. They're just middle of the pack. Okay.
I mean, I would say they're below average.
You have Chase as your receivers. It's a whole different. It makes your life. I mean, I would be flinging. I mean, I would be throwing those guys deep balls every time. That's all I would do. No, there'd be no running game.
All right, we got a question coming in. Glenn says, "Should I trade Tyrone Tracy and Brian Thomas for Derrick Henry? Tracy is currently on my bench, and my running backs are Saquon, Achane, and Vidal."
Well, I like Vidal too.
It really. I mean, I want to know about your wide receivers more.
Yeah, I mean, I would trade Tracy and Thomas for like an elite receiver. I don't know. I don't think you need another running back. What are you gonna do with Henry? Who do you sit?
I mean, I don't think it's bad to trade for Henry, but if he's got a deep wide receiver core, but that's the real question.
Right, but it sounds to me he doesn't have he needs like a really good receiver. I don't think running back's your problem.
I mean. Running back can't be your problem. You've got Saquon and Achane already, and Vidal's been great. Okay,
here's how to keep Thomas because Thomas's trade value is not much.
Okay, but look at his receivers. So This I'm wondering, Glenn. This is either a 10-team league or you
Or
drafted
two-man
well.
league. Two-man league.
Or you drafted very well. That can happen. But Drake London, Rashee Rice, Devontae Adams, and Brian Thomas. That's
Are you
great
playing
receiver.
Are you playing with people that never watched football before? Is that what
He says it's a 12-team league. He says it's 12. But listen,
I mean, I get me in this league. It sounds like a fun league. Yeah, your receivers are pretty strong. I would start all three of those guys.
So Glenn also says he made some good trades early on. So maybe that's how he
tight
got
end. I mean, ask him who his tight end is. Maybe
who's the tight end and who's the quarterback. Let's get a full.
Maybe
full
we can get a tight end.
team.
I like to get that Warren guy from Indy. If you don't have a good tight end, trade Tracy for a tight end.
Well, let's find out from Glenn who his tight ends are, who his quarterbacks are. That way we can assess where should you use.
Yeah, I mean, right now you have no weaknesses.
Look at this. Tyler Warren is his tight end.
Okay, that's who's
your quarterback
tight end in the league.
Dak.
Who's your quarterback?
Dak.
I love Dak. So
I mean, you just have a killer team. So I don't know if that's the case. Then yeah, maybe you trade for.
Yeah, if you get Derrick Henry, and then you stack Derrick Henry is trade bait. He's going to have a big game tonight. So you better do the trade now before he has 150 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Miami defense.
Ross, tell me what you think about this. I might make that trade for Derrick Henry. Then I might trade Vidal and one of the receivers for an upgrade at receiver.
You got to wait on Vidal. He was hurt. He's coming back, but I think, I don't know what his trade value is going to be. He has to have a big game this week. I mean, but I like Vidal. I told Casey last time we talked about him. I always think about the tennis player Vidal every time I hear his name.
Oh, who? Who's the tennis player?
Remember the guy from the '80s, Vidal? Vidal. He was a.
Yeah, that does sound familiar. But I always think of the author Gore Vidal.
Gore Vidal, very good.
All right, let's see. Glenn says I want to trade Vidal after the Tennessee game. It makes perfect sense. But
yeah, that's what I was going to tell you.
I think go ahead and use Brian Thomas for that trade. I think so. Yes, I would say yes. I would go ahead and make that trade. Here's the other thing: is you don't always have a bunch of trades available. You may not have certain trade partners, but if you can upgrade to a Derrick Henry, I think you do it. Glenn says thank you. It is our pleasure. All right, jumping back to wide receivers. Ross. Yeah. Rafael Nadal, of course. Why am I blanking on this? That's not Vidal, but you're talking about Vidal.
No, Rafael Vidal. That's always thinking. Okay, keep going.
Okay. All right. I know who Nadal is. I don't know who Vidal is. All right. I'm looking at the wide receiver list. There is a very surprising entry here. He is 3rd on the list. Do you know who it is?
Receiving wise?
Yes.
Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua is great. He is 4th.
He's been hurt.
Not a surprise,
right? But he's been hurt, so he lost.
Yeah, but to me, he's not a surprise.
Okay. Let me think. Let me just think. I'll go Sutton for Denver. Who is it?
Okay, Sutton is like number 13 or something like that. He's having a good year. George Pickens, the 3rd ranked wide receiver in many leagues. It depends on how the ranking systems work or what your stats are, but as we know, a lot of that is because CeeDee Lamb has been out.
No, Pickens is, I watched some of their games. He makes exceptionally great catches. Unbelievable catches. Then he'll drop an easy ball. But still, he's having a great year, and Dak has a lot of confidence in him. I like Pickens. I wish I drafted him in more leagues.
And I think Pickens is on the way to becoming what everybody hoped that he would be.
Yeah, he's just a head case, though. He needs to.
A lot of wide receivers are.
He needs to mature quicker. He's every time he makes a play, just too much. Just you get paid to make catches. Just catch it and throw the ball to the ref and run to the don't choke it.
Okay, now Egbuka is on bye, but how for real is he this year? He had some huge weeks, but then he had some down weeks.
Right, but he was hurt. He was just out there as a decoy.
He was just kind of a decoy. Yeah, that's what I think.
He's one of these Ohio State receivers that just elite. He's really, really, really good. He'll be a 2nd round pick next year in fantasy, and Mayfield loves him. I think after the bye week, I think we'll see. He'll come out with a huge week. He'll be big. And Evans, Evans is done for the year, so the Bucs need a guy like Egbuka.
Yep.
They have Trey Johnson, who I like too, but Egbuka has to step it up for the Tampa to do well in the playoffs.
Okay, Chris Atwater says, how many times was Pickens traded in the Dynasty League? Okay, so this is a Dynasty League that Chris Atwater's in with us. Ross, he was traded many, many times. I don't know. It has to be at least 6 times, which in 3 years is saying something, you know?
It's like hot potato. You take him. No, I'll
I
take him.
traded him and traded for him at one point.
I don't want him. You take
him.
him. I don't want him. You take him.
It's because he couldn't settle in on what to
Pittsburgh didn't know what to do with him. He was in an offense that was failing, so I get it. But if I'm a receiver that's Dak Prescott as my quarterback, I am excited.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking great. Okay, we have a comment coming in. Hey, fellas, how's it going? Good to see you, Frazil. Let us know if you have any questions or thoughts about fantasy football. I wanted to ask you, Ross, about Ladd McConkey. Has he arrived?
Right. Is he back? The Irish accent way. I like when you do that.
Oh, Ladd McConkey. Oh, my little lad. What do you think?
I think I'm the only one that likes your sense of humor. Just
hey, well, you're the only one on here, so.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Keep going.
They may all be laughing. You have no idea. But
McConkey started out slow. Now he's in his stride, and now he's getting the ball, and he is the main guy right now. I like Allen too. He's back in for the Chargers, but Ladd McConkey's the number one guy. He's awesome. I mean, this guy goes in the middle and catches balls right in the middle where the safety is. He'll get blasted, get right up, and run over to the huddle. I mean, nothing faces this kid. He's great. I love him.
He's got that pedigree. Phil McConkey's kid.
Yeah.
What does this mean for Quentin Johnston?
The worst hands in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He started out hot, and I was like, oh, God, he's catching the ball a lot this year. But the past few games, he's been dropping a lot of balls.
Yeah, he's just got to learn.
Hopefully, if you had him on your team, you traded him away. I have no faith in him at all. I would not.
Well, not only that, I just don't know what his role is going to be. Even with Aronde Gadsden there, it's like how many targets is he going to get?
Awesome, that guy. I don't know. It's somebody that I would not want to have on my team. Either trade him or waive him.
Yep, I agree. Okay, couple more questions coming in. Frizzell says, "Think I can get Janty if I offer Bill and Woody."
Woody Marks of Houston.
And who's Bill?
Bill's the running back for the Washington team.
Right. Right.
The U of A standout.
Krosky Merrill. Right.
Yeah, not that great. Woody Marks.
Can you get that? I would be surprised if you can get that.
I would try it. I mean, I think that's an interesting trade. I'm not a big fan of Woody Marks or Bill. I don't think they're
I think if you can do it, great.
I mean, Gianti has so much ceiling. His ceiling's so much higher than those two guys. So yes, offer it. See what happens. Maybe the guy needs two.
A little bit of context, Ross. He says, "Feel like I need running back help. My running backs are Brees, Tajay, Woody, Bill, Brashard, Kyle Minogue." I agree. Running back help is the way to go. Yeah. And Janty might be a great target for that. Also got Bam Knight too, but he might be useless after this week. It's true. Hard to know. What I'll say is this. Ross, I think you'll agree with this. You're right on. You need running back help. If you can upgrade Tajay or Bill to somebody better, you do it. In fact, I'm going to the running backs to see who can you target. Janty's not a bad target. If you can do it, I think that's great.
Yeah, Janty's ceiling is low right now because he's not performing. So
I think if you can get Etienne, you do that for sure.
That's a good one.
What about would you do Chase Brown? I would probably do that.
Talking about a horrible fantasy year, I mean,
yeah,
he had one big game. I would stay away from any Bengal running back. Not a good idea.
He actually had 2 big games and back to back.
Big games, but the Bengals line is horrible and the Bengals defense is bad, so they'll be throwing the ball more than running it.
Okay, but that being said, I think sometimes you want to take advantage of the bye weeks, especially if you've got a good record. The Bengals are on bye next week. So if you come into next week and you're in a good spot, let's say you're 5 or 6-3, you can afford to make a deal for, let's say, Krosky Merritt and Woody, as you said, for Chase Brown. So don't just get stuck on the Janty thing, but I think definitely you want to go in one of those directions.
Yeah, I think that's a good start. there's like Saquon Barkley. I, off experience, was trying to trade him in one of my leagues, and no one wanted him really. I mean, I was trying to get, all these receivers. I finally got to trade him for Justin Jefferson. And
well, I mean, ultimately, it's just about finding the right match. If you're shopping Saquon Barkley, you can get a trade done.
A lot of people are down on some of the people they picked in the first round. There's been a lot of disappointments this season.
All right, we're going to take two more questions, then we got to wrap up. Chris Atwater says, who do you like for a second half breakout for rookies? And I suppose it can be any position, but I usually am looking at wide receivers at that point. At this point in the season, Ross, who do you think is going to have a good second half breakout?
I know I said I didn't say anything great about him, but I think Woody Marks of Houston is going to get the main role there over Chubb. I think Woody Marks will surprise a few people. He'll have a good. He'll actually have a pretty good season, and then, God, I mean, I still think I'm trying to think who else I really like that's going to step it up.
I'll throw out one.
Okay.
I mean, he's a big time talent, so this may not be that big of a surprise. But I think Teteroa McMillan, it's time. I think he's taking steps forward.
Yeah,
I know. Everybody says Carolina and stuff like that, but talent can rise to the top. I think he's going to be great going forward. Looking at other.
I don't disagree, and I think that throwing the ball, as long as Andy Dalton's not the quarterback, I think he'll do good. Andy Dalton started last week, and I mean, why is he in an NFL uniform? I have no idea. I really don't. The
Red Rocket.
I mean, and if he plays at night, just bet the house against him because you're going to win.
Yeah,
I mean, he looked horrible last week. Actually, I watched a little of his game. He was throwing picks. He was not hitting receivers on the run. I mean, he was just horrible. And
another wide receiver that this is different kind of breakout, but I like Josh Downs for the second half of the year. I want a piece of that.
He's not a rookie.
Oh, he did ask rookies. He did ask rookies. Okay, scratch that. I do look for.
I do like Downs too. That's a good example.
Okay, let's see. How about running back breakout? Is Janty going to break through?
As I told you, I'm worried about the Raiders line. They're not getting better. It's not like they're bringing in a new lineman. It's going to get worse when people get hurt.
What about Judkins? Could he have a breakout?
Judkins already did. I mean, I want to say somebody else that could have a breakout. He's one fumble away of doing it. Is Henderson for New England?
Yeah. Oh, I like that call a lot. Yeah.
Stevenson has been fumbling the ball like crazy, and I know they're still sticking with him. But Henderson had a pretty good game last week, and
I remain very high on him. And Chris Atwater asked about him. Yep.
Yeah, and went to Ohio State, so did Judkins, of course. But Judkins already had like some huge games. I mean, he was awesome.
Yeah, but I think in terms of breakout, like maybe it could.
I would say, if I had concluded like somebody that hasn't broken out yet, Henderson is my.
I totally agree. It sounds like Chris Atwater does too. Okay, two last questions, then we'll wrap up. Do I trade London, Kraft, and JCM for St. Brown? I have Kittle on the bench.
Kraft. Who's your other tight? Oh, Kittle on the bench.
Let's see. London,
Kraft, JCM. I'm kind of like leaning towards St. Brown just because he gets so much.
It depends on team context, but I like St. Brown a lot more than London, and you're not giving up that much.
And we're in the red zone. They always look at St. Brown every time the Lions look for St. Brown.
I think you do it. I mean, I'd have to see.
I would do it if you want to try to win the league this year. You want St. Brown on your team. He's totally a weapon.
All right. Would it be crazy to do 3-for-1 like Woody, Tajay, and Bill for someone like Jalen Warren or maybe a Kyron? If you can get Kyron, it's not crazy at all. Let's start there. I don't think that's crazy at all because if you do a 3-for-1 deal, you're getting roster spots also. So go ahead, do the upgrade, and then look on the waiver-wire.
I mean, there's this guy in our league that would like pick all these guys off waivers and then try to trade them for like number one picks.
That's right. Ross pretends that's me, and he tries to do this every single time. I have not done that for many, many years. I did that in my 30s.
It's a joke. Stop. I think it's funny. That's all.
I know. I'm actually rolling.
If I didn't love you so much, I wouldn't say that. Trust me.
All right. Frizzell points out Stevenson hasn't practiced all week dealing with a toe injury,
Yep.
so Trevion could be up. I think he's a great pick. All right, we got to wrap up for today, guys, but thank you for the questions. We will be here next week. Casey and Ross do a waiver wire show every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We'll be back here for the strategy show on Thursdays, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Ross, thank you for being here with me.
Thanks for having me. And tonight we have the Miami Dolphins at home against
and
the
Lamar
Ravens.
Finally returns.
And I think we'll see a blowout. That's my opinion. You heard it from
I agree. I think this is one of the rare times where I could pick an away team over the home team and be very comfortable doing it. Okay, Ross, thank you. We will see you next week. Keep the questions coming, guys, and put comments below. Thanks so much for watching.